Alright, so it took a bit of time, but I finally finished this game. So, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, what do I think? So, when it comes to Final Fantasy, Square Enix is very good with the graphics. This game actually has very beautiful environments, very well done character models. Like, the character models in this game are actually the best I've seen in the series, I think. Because you got very well done animation as well. Yeah, they look beautiful to look at, and the environments in this game, like the desert, the forests, they all look good in this game. Yeah, they put a lot of work in the graphics for this game. They put a lot of work in. Like, this game is actually open world, so well, there are linear sections, but yeah, it's pretty much like open world, like open zoned, if that makes sense. It's The maps are quite big in this game. Like, when you first arrive into an area, like, there's a lot of side missions to do, a lot of side, yeah, there's a lot of side content in this game, a lot of it, and that's actually where your time will go mostly if you're trying to do everything. Like, for me, this game actually took me almost about 200 hours to finish. So yeah, it is quite a long game if you try to do everything. Now, about the gameplay, this game has a lot of exploration, like I mentioned, way more than Remake, because Remake was kind of very linear because you're stuck in Midgard. But this one, they give you a huge environments to, go through. There's like little towns you can go to, and it's pretty much almost open world, this game. Open world zoned, if that makes sense. Like, even the side missions in this game, like they expand on the lore of this universe, because you find out like more information about certain places, certain things. Yeah, which is something I really enjoyed actually. Like, for those of you who are Final Fantasy VII fans, if you do the side missions, you're gonna find out way more about the world, like why things are there, what's happened to that place, things like that. When you reach like a new area or you're in an area, if you open the map, you'll see a couple of activities that you can do. Like, first, what you need to do is you gotta unlock these like towers where they give you other locations where you could do little activities. Like, there is optional fights that you can do where you gotta beat them. Where you gotta beat the enemies a certain way, use certain skills. Like, even like there's these life springs where you go when you scan them, they open up other things, and um, there's some activities where you use your chocobo to dig up the treasure. There's also another one where they give you like these like temple-ish things where you go to these temples where if you activate them, your summon gets stronger. But also, if optionally, you can also make the summon weaker. So when you fight with the summon to obtain it, you can also fight it in a weakened state. And also, like, if you go to all these shrines, if you get them all, your that summon becomes stronger. So there's that as well. To be honest with you, the activities that you do in this game, by almost at end game, when you're reaching it like in the end, it kind of does get repetitive. So there is that. Another thing I want to mention, this game has a lot of mini games. There's heaps of them in this game, heaps of them, which actually kind of brings me to the negative about this game. Don't get me wrong, the mini games in this game are actually fun to do, but to be honest with you, there's way too many. There's way too many mini games. They overdid the mini games in this game. Because there's a point where you do feel like, when you're doing them, you do feel like you're playing a game within a game. Which is like, come on, When you're sitting there playing them, you feel like you want to hurry up and get to the story, do something else. Yeah, they added too many mini games. That's the only negative I have with this game, is they added too many mini games. Too many. And then Square Enix complains that they didn't make the money back, which is what I'm hearing. So that's kind of their own fault with the mini games, because they gotta make all the character models for the mini games. They gotta make the mini games work. Yeah, so yeah, they shouldn't have added too many mini games. There's too many of them. They're not boring, but there's too many of them. Anyway, about the combat in this game. If you've played Remake, it's pretty much the same thing, except there's more added features. Like, there's a feature where you can kind of like team up with another character to do some type of ability. So what happens when you're using a character there is this like this. I want to call it. It's like in the bottom, like it's like a barish kind of thing, but it's like when it fills up as you're using that character, it fills up, and then when you switch to another character, it fills up. So every time you use a character, that bar fills up, and then you can use synergy skills when the bars are high enough. And when that is, when you use synergy skills, like one of them can give you more stagger, the other one can give you like infinite NP for a time, where you can do like magic spells like constantly. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed the combat system in this game. I enjoyed it in a remake. This is definitely they definitely improved it. There's one thing that I did notice compared to remake. The limit breaks in this game are a bit weaker compared to remake, which is the thing. I don't know why they decided to do that, but that's a thing. Now about the story. If you've played the original Final Fantasy VII, they have definitely expanded on the characters of this story. Like the characters in this game are way more expanded compared to the old game. Like they really actually did a good job with the characters in this game because, like for example, the things that they go through, the emotion, I don't want to get into spoilers, but yeah, they did a very good job at expanding like their friendship, their bonds together, the thing that what motivates them. Yeah, they did a very good job with the characters. They were much more fleshed out than compared to the original. Okay, I know that people are gonna ask in the comments, especially those that haven't played the game yet, what happens with Zack, and you play with Zack. In this, you do get to play with Zack, but don't expect too much in this game. Too much. You do get to play with him. You do get to fight with him, but don't expect too much gameplay with Zack. But they definitely do expand on his story as well. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Like, I do want to talk about the story of this game, but the thing is, I have to get too spoilery. And yeah, because there's a lot of discussion, like, what the hell are they going to do with part 3? You know, like, I'm very excited to what they're going to do in part 3. So, I do want to talk about the story, but I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played the game. I'll probably make another video about the story of this game. But for now, I'll keep it as that. So yeah, for me, I loved the game. I really enjoyed this game. The only thing is, like I said, there are too much mini games. Way too much. Yeah, so it's a good game. I do highly recommend you buy this game, especially if you played the remake and if you love Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, I can't wait for part 3 to see the conclusion of this series. And yeah, thank you. Like, subscribe, all that. And yeah, thank you for watching.